How much of people's income do you, Michael Moore, want the government to confiscate?
Well, for people like you and I, or
everybody.
Well, I think you and I should be paying probably twice what we're paying right now.
So I live in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pay twice.
Talk about our federal
I pay
taxes.
60% of my income.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, sir.
No, you don't.
Yes, Michael. You want to take your second bet?
Yeah, go ahead and add it up for me.
Federal, state, local, county, sales, property, 60%. Nassau County.
You live in Nassau. Oh, I thought you said they lived in the city here. Oh, well,
60%. So I can't double what I take,
can't
Michael.
Speak for Nassau County.
I'm 20% in the hole.
Well, I'm sure the people in Nassau County appreciate your contribution.
I bet they do.
Yeah, helps pay for the police and the fire, the roads. The functioning of Nassau County.
How much should I be able to keep? How much of my income do you think I should be able to keep? Well, give me a percentage.
How much do you want to keep?
I want to keep 75%.
You want to keep?
And I want to choose where I give at least 10 or 15% a year in charity. My wife and I are pretty generous.
No.
How much do you think I should be allowed to keep before I go to jail?
I think that you should be paying half of your income, not the people watching this, but your income.
I pay more than half
in
now,
taxes.
so I'm already overpaying.
I've never met anybody that's paying more than 50%.
I'm on salary. I get 2 salaries.
Can you bring your tax returns in tomorrow and show us?
You bring me yours, I'll bring me mine.
Well, no. What is that about? That sounds a little creepy, man.
It does.
We're not in the locker room here.
Why do you trust government so much then?
Because
why do you believe government that has failed to the public trust? Why do you trust them?
Listen, I've been very disappointed in a lot of politicians and a lot of leaders we've had of this government. But when you say this government to me is of, by, and for.
It's a cliche. Why do you put your faith in government?
You just asked me. Let me answer this. It's not a cliche. That's really. I don't understand how you can say that something so critical, so vital to who we are, of, by, and for the people, just to call that a cliche.
No,
it's not a cliche.
The way you're using it as a cliche.
It's written down in our Constitution.
Got it.
It's who we're about.
How did we survive all these years without nationalized health care?
We're not doing very well right now, and a lot of people are suffering, and it would do you and the good nuns who taught you.
You know Sister Agnes Lucille?
She'd be very happy, I think.
No, she wouldn't.
If you would be. No, that's right. She wouldn't. How you turned out.
I know. I'm evil.
That's
evil
not
capitalist.
Evil, but you're supposed to. You're supposed to
you want
be
to
there
wring
for.
My neck, don't you? Go ahead.
No, I don't. I don't want to. No, I don't want to. I just want you to be everything that you were taught to be as a Christian.
I am a Christian.
As a person who loves this democracy. I know you do.
I love it.
Then you need to start acting like it, and you need to start realizing that your fellow Americans who are hurting right now, they're in the same boat you're in.
I agree.
And that boat, we're going to sink or swim together.
That's the best thing you said in this interview. But I'm going to tell you one other thing. Michael, I want Americans to be free. Capitalism, and I'll end it with this, and then I'll give you the last word. Capitalism made you, a kid from Flint, Michigan, a multi-millionaire. It made me, the son of Irish immigrants, poor, a successful person. Capitalism allowed that to happen. Castro would not let you have that happen. Socialism destroys incentive. It destroys wealth. It lowers the standard of living. America has created a standard of living that is the envy of the world because people in freedom were able to dig down deep in their hearts and souls, find their God-given talent, bring them to fruition, and that made everybody rich, even the poorest among us. And I've been in the Techwood homes, and I've been in some of the poorest housing projects. They live reasonably well by world standards. You get the last word.
You've been watching too much TV Land.
I've been to the Techwood homes.
No, I'm saying that you live in this old way of how you wish it would be. Andy of Mayberry, Hooterville, that's the way it is right now, Sean. And you know this. Millions of people are hurting. We have extremely high unemployment. We have 14. You said I could have the last word here. 14,000 people today lost their health insurance in America. 14,000 will lose it tomorrow, and 14,000 will lose it as they do every day. 14,000 a day are losing their health insurance. These are your fellow Americans, and
I'll make a deal with you. If you give up 95% of your wealth, I will donate another 10% of my salary this year. I want to see you put your money where your mouth is. Michael, you have multiple homes. You live a good life. You're a multi-millionaire. You give the money. You lead by example. Give up all your money.
I know it bothers you that millions of Americans have gone to see my movies and
it doesn't bother me.
Allowed me to.
It doesn't bother me. I paid for my own ticket.
There's
I want a refund.
Why do you have me on here. You know, there's 100 million Americans right now out there right now.
You're powerful,
who have
Michael.
nothing. They have nothing.
You're a
But
powerful voice.
Why don't you have the voice of the people on here who have
Every
nothing?
night we have a great American panel. Michael, I try.
People who have nothing. I'm talking about the people who are struggling to get by, who are trying to live from paycheck to paycheck. Where is your heart for them?
Michael, I donate generously every single year.
That didn't help the 14,000 who lost their health insurance today, did it? Your little bit of charity isn't going to do it,
I went out last week. I went out 2 weeks ago to California because farmers are standing on line for food because our government shut off their water and it's become a dust bowl. You know what? I spend every single day. I just believe the real answer is capitalism. The real answer is freedom. The real answer is liberty. You want a cradle to the grave society utopia, but you're not willing to pay for it. And in that sense, you're a hypocrite, Michael.
Actually,
you are. You really are. I don't mean to be insulting. But if you're not going to put your millions of dollars on the line, then you're a hypocrite because you're benefiting from the system you're trashing.
Yeah.
And that's sad, Michael. You're lecturing me. You're benefiting from the system you trash.
Yeah. I think that, you know, I was thinking about if there was a Sean Hannity around back in the days of Thomas Jefferson or John Adams or George Washington, you'd probably say to them, what are you doing complaining about this? You've really benefited from the system. Look at all the money you've made. Would you say that to them?
I have quotes from Jefferson.
You know?
And you know what they said? Jefferson and Franklin and everybody, you know what they warned about? They warned about putting our debt on our children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
And you know what we're doing right now?
They warned us about the rich.
Future.
They warned us about the banks. They warned us about a lot of things because they knew as wealthy men, they knew just what the wealthy would do to people if we allowed the wealthy to be completely in charge.
Here's my challenge to you. 95% of your income, I want to see you give away. No. 95% of your wealth, and then when you do that...
I will work for any legislation that doubles my taxes and yours.
If I double my taxes, Michael, that's twice what I'm making and 20%.
You don't pay 60% in taxes.
Michael, I pay 60%.
There's no way.
60%.
There's no way.
60%.
Bring in your tax returns.
You want to make a bet?
I'll bet you right now.
I'll bet. Well, first, I'm not going to show you my tax return.
You did not pay. I'll settle for an independent person to audit you.
All right, we got to go.
You did not pay 60% of your income last year, and you did not pay 60%.
All right, if you give 95%, I'll tell you, I'll make a deal with you. You make 95% donation of your wealth.
I'll give 95%. I'll give 95% of what you earn.
That's the point.
To the people.
So you don't believe in freedom? You're stealing my money. You're empowering the government.
I'm saying if you want to have a bet, that's the bet.
All right. Forget it. Goodbye. Michael Moore, appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Michael.
All right.